What's up? Welcome back to another edition of the episode, rather, of In the Den podcast. You have your boy here, TJ, and also you have Chantel that will be coming with us as well. Today, we actually have a episode, man, where we will be discussing the Memphis police and Tyre Nichols and Rickey Smiley. It may not be the version that you think it's going to be on, but we will have some interesting things to talk about uh, with that situation. So what I'm gonna do, with no further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Miss Chantil. What's up, Miss Chantil? How you doing today? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm feeling energized. Got my workout in. I'm ready.
There you go, Miss Chantil. That's what. So what kind of workout you got in today?
I got in cardio and I did some strength training during the week. Uh, I do like try to make sure I get in 45 minutes of cardio before work. And then on Saturday, that's like my longest day. I'm in the gym for maybe about an hour and 15, hour and 30, because I get the
Okay.
cardio and the strength training in. Yeah.
Okay. We work out a little bit. Gotcha.
Gotta keep, gotta try to make sure I keep it tight, keep it right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what? At first, when I first seen your hat, your thing up there, you know what I thought that
Uh-huh.
was? I
What?
thought there were two rollers. I thought there were two big rollers.
Look, I can have a few ratchet moments, but that ain't that ratchet. Now,
Oh
don't nobody
man.
even wear rollers no more for real. Not from up under that dryer. You put them on, get under that dryer, and then they come right back out.
But that's what I thought it was. I thought it was. I mean, back in the day, I remember Mama used to have them rollers, man. Mama was
Mm-hmm.
sitting in there, she would do her hair because she had the hot comb thing that she roll like do her hair.
Oh yeah.
And then once she
Mm-hmm.
straightened it out, she'd take that roller, put that roll on it, roll it up, and she had
Yeah.
all the getting ready for Sunday morning. She always
Mm-hmm.
do it on Saturday night, man. I
I
was
used
like,
to do this some years ago, but I didn't use those foam ones. I used those plastic, the big plastic ones, just to kind of hold the curl until I got ready to pull it out and wrap it.
right,
Yeah, but
right.
now here I got several kinds of buns that y'all might see me on a Saturday evening if I can't get my workout in earlier during the day because
Well, I need to be getting to work. I need to get a workout in. Me and the kids actually, with Janetta, got into a routine of doing workouts, and
okay,
so we do those things that we try to get in together as a family unit. Try to get
okay.
some get
Get
some
work it up,
workout
work it up, work it up, work it up. Yeah,
in.
yeah. My son goes in the morning with me because I try to get there by 5 in the morning, but no later than 5:15 if I gotta push
Oh
it. And
yeah,
he
you said
goes
he
with
go with
me.
you.
Yeah, he goes with me a couple days during the week, and then a couple days he does it with his dad and his cousin.
That's what's
Um,
up. Well, at least somebody go with you though, so that's good.
my little
That,
girl, yeah,
that,
yeah, she doing soft. Both of them do softball and baseball. So like softball, that's her workout for now. She ain't trying to do nothing extra. But we gonna get it together.
hey, it is what it is. Hey, you gotta enjoy it for
Yeah,
what it is.
you do.
So what are we talking about today, man? We are talking about, and I don't think you may have heard of it, but you may not. Um, but we want to focus on um one of the talks that's going on right now is the Memphis police and Tyreek Nichols, um, and the tragic situation that happened with that. And once you know, I mean, it's kind of a tough situation to deal with. I don't know. Have you heard of it? Have you followed it or talked about it or seen it or have you kind of
Yeah,
been in tune with it?
I have. Well, not as much as maybe some other people. Now, when I watch the news in the morning while I'm getting ready for work, because I love me some CBS in the morning, my Gail, my Nate, and my Tony. Um,
You know,
yes, and what and Val to me like anyway. Don't let me get out into that show, but I watch it. I've listened to it or watched the news updates on it on CBS in the morning. But as far as like following it on social media or looking on YouTube and all of that, trying to get more details, like even when the police video was released, I was one of those people that said that I won't watch it. I've seen enough people get beat and you know mm,
Yeah.
lives taken from police brutality that I don't want to see that anymore. And then just hearing everybody else's depiction of what happened, and he was crying for his mom, like I would be boohooing. I would be sitting there boohooing. So I just didn't want that to mess up my energy. But I do know a little bit about it though.
Yeah. It to your point, it's it's a very disturbing video to watch. We watched it, me and my wife watched it, and it is very disturbing um to see what happened. And of course, as we all know, they fired, all the police officers pretty much that was involved with the situation,
Hmm.
and many others that was involved with the case, as well. But I want to look at it from a different perspective. Um, and I know it's a high profile case,
Hmm.
um, but I have one particular problem with the whole deal. And it is we have all of these bad things like that happen.
Hmm.
Um, but the thing that really disturbs me is people of this world that of the society we are living in, um, that takes, especially social media, that takes someone else's tragic situation. And of
Hmm.
course, it's public news, but take the public, a situation, tragic situation, and to capitalize off of it,
Yeah.
and to, get make videos off of it just to especially on YouTube and other
Hmm.
platforms. And that in itself kind of puts, you know, it kind of puts a bad rap on things, because you're basically what you're doing is, yeah, you're kind of, I see the intent. It's got intentions of spreading the news about what's
Hmm.
going on, but are we really spreading the news about what's going on, or are we just trying to get views off
Right.
of someone else's tragic? What do you think about that?
I think it's a combination. So there's several different um, news platform sites that I follow on a social media network, and they're really, you can tell they're really just trying to get the word out. It's never trying to make light of the situation or get views or anything like that. Like they even post situations that might not be as known. If it's anything dealing with racism or brutality, they're posting it. It doesn't matter, how big it's gonna get or anything. They're just trying to open people's eyes to the fact that racism is still out there, brutality is still out. All of that is still out. Prejudices are still out there. But then you have the other more drama media networks or sites that they're pretty much trying to grow their following. They're trying to pretty much, like you said, capitalize off of it. Um, and you could say the same thing with the news, because people could be like, why do they keep talking about this one particular story? Are
Yeah,
they trying to, bring in more views, get more money? So how they present it, I think,
right, right.
determines, yeah,
And
determines if
that's
it's going to get views.
that's true. That's true. I guess it is because see, because like the Tyre Nichols, situation,
Hmm.
um, there's really been no specific updates,
Hmm.
but it's more so that people are just reporting the same exact thing
Mm-hmm.
over and over again, but making different clickbait type of post or thumbnails or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
showing the video over and over again. I mean, people really have to take into consideration. What if that was your loved one? What was that? What if that was your brother? What if that was your sister?
Right.
Um, would you appreciate people? And I know you can't. Trust me. I know you can't stop people from doing this. I know you cannot stop people from getting access to public information such as that. Um, but would you want someone just continuously showing something over and over again that's showing, the death of your son, your brother, your father, you know, sister, mother, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I really wish, people would take more into consideration of
Be more
the
compassionate.
family. Yeah,
Yeah.
the family who's actually going through this because, um, I mean, it really puts more pressure on the family, I think, because even during that time, people even begin to make up their own stories. I mean, they make up um, their own theories behind
Yeah.
um, this whole ordeal, man.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean,
I, we heard a little something about maybe one of the police officers knew him and all of that, but I really don't think the truth or the facts are going to come out until the trial starts. Right now, it's just everybody speculating and they're not being compassionate or showing empathy towards somebody else's family. Because even the mom, I really liked her message when she got on the news and she was telling them, like by no means was this situation right, but she was being very positive and optimistic, and she believed her son was, he rested and he's in a better place, but she did not want this situation to go left and more crimes to happen because of this situation, riots and theft and all of that. She was just like, no, that's, she didn't want to kind of like respect his life by not doing any of that. Is
right, right,
what she like put out there. And so I really liked her message. But a lot of people right now, whew, I think social media has made the world just a little bit more toxic. And
yeah,
people need that validation. They're posting stuff. They're not being empathetic, compassionate, or anything like that because they're too worried about being validated, getting attention, getting recognized. Um, and that's sad. That's
yeah,
sad. I actually, and at a previous employment that I had a mentally unstable woman come into the store, and she actually um, tried to attack one of my associates, but ended up attacking another one who was just trying to check on her, like just trying to calm her down.
wow,
And she attacked her, but then immediately behind me, everybody got their phones out. And I turned around and said, so I was like, please, y'all, please don't do that. You see she's not mentally stable. Outside of that, you see somebody else could be injured. Like, what if this was your mother? What if this was your mother, your daughter, whomever? Please don't record this and try to post it on social media or send it to people. This is not a moment that anybody should be proud of. And honestly, they put their phones up after I said something to them. They put their phones up.
wow. Yeah, and that's what that's I guess that's what people love. They love to see drama, tragic situations, and it's I guess it's appealing um, to so many people because it brings so much attention.
Right.
And and to stand be for to clear the air with everybody listening at this. There's nothing wrong with social media. It's about how it's being used.
That part.
Um, it's nothing wrong with doing YouTube or even reporting something, but one thing is we have to make sure we have facts, and we also have to understand the situation. We have to also have respect for the situation,
Right.
because once you put yourself in that position, you should be able to look at it, with a different perspective, going into that, man, because it's just not. I mean, it's just not something I would want to capitalize off of, or somebody, I'm getting a lot of views off my channel all because I'm posting this video, or I'm
Mhm.
posting, about it. Now, taking it and using it as education, and not so much showing everything, but discussing about the educational parts of it, the concerns about the continuing of police brutality. Yes, that's something that can be used as education for, for a lot of young black men and
Mhm.
women. Because see, that situation can be used, for that purpose, to discuss the situation, and how can it have been prevented, prevented preventative, measures with that case. So it definitely, could have been a little bit different, man, and could have been used a little bit different for people that want to make the best out of, take a tragic situation and, turn it into a positive to help, other people. So, that's just the way I look at it, man. I mean, look, I'm just one black man's opinion, and you're one black woman's opinion. So don't nail us to the cross. That's just the way I feel, and she's giving you, Chantel, you gave your opinion on it, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I just that's just where I feel. People need to just stop taking on tragic situation and just,
Making
um,
more, making it worse, more hurtful, more.
yeah, yeah, right,
Yeah, because
and
we can't feel the pain um, that his mom or his siblings or anybody else feel. But still, as a society, we're going to feel the pain of seeing another black person being brutalized by the blue, because it's
right.
not even a white or black thing. It's about the blue
That's
uniform.
that's that's it. Because
Mhm.
I mean, the situation was black on black, but it was, they was in the uniform, So
Mhm.
once again, that's an educational moment. What do you do when you got them, your own kind on you, and it
Yeah.
turns into a situation like this? So,
But I will
uh,
say that it was, you know, eye opening to see how fast those black police officers were terminated and charged. I don't really think
well,
any other cases moved that fast. So,
right.
hmm.
I
So
mean,
I will say I hope that is setting a precedent for the future, and not that it was just this case, and because the blue
now,
had some black with it.
do you think it was because they were black? The reason why they uh, moved expeditiously?
I love that. That's one of my favorite words. I do think it played a part. I'm not even gonna lie.
Because if
I think it played a
the
part.
white officer that was involved, they just now firing him. They just fired him. They just fired him. So um, it makes you look at it a little kind of like,
Sideways.
because they had suspended him,
He
and
was suspended. Mm,
yeah, now, but they have made it. I guess went on and made a determination to go ahead and terminate him. So,
mhm,
um, but it was kind of interesting that they,
mhm.
immediately, um, terminated, in which they deserve it. They needed it.
Yeah.
Um, but it still, even though they did what they did, took care of business like they should have.
Mm-hmm.
Will this be the case in any other case? Such as they had another situation that happened. I think it was in Ohio where they
Mm-hmm.
shot a young man and killed him because he was cleaning something,
Mm-hmm.
and they shot and killed him. And he was just cleaning out. He was cleaning something. I'll have to look back and find out what that was, but he was cleaning something, and the police officers shot and killed him the other day over that. So
Wow.
I wonder how they take that situation, but we'll see. So,
We'll
and
see how things
also
play out.
say what now?
I said, yeah, we'll see how things play out, and I'm interested to hear more details. So if there is going to be a trial,
Yeah,
um, I am, interested in hearing the cliff notes of that trial to find out why they felt like that was the best course of action.
right, right. Well,
Mhm.
it's gonna be. I mean, all eyes on deck with it. I mean, you already know that it's gonna be all eyes on deck.
Yeah.
So, and changing, shifting gears,
Yeah, let's shift gears. Let's shift gears. Hmm.
Ricky Smiley. I had my condolences go out to Ricky Smiley, morning talk show host, the Ricky Smiley show, with
Hmm.
the loss of his son. Um, and as they had his funeral on today, which is Saturday. Um, and the situation that it was a tragic situation, it was just a sudden death. And once again, um, as I've seen it
So
float.
I didn't I didn't know how he passed. Of course, there can be speculation, but
Yeah,
they said it was a sudden. They said it was a
yeah.
sudden death.
I think yeah, it was sudden. Um, sudden death. Because as I heard of Ricky Smiley, as he said, he talked about it a little bit. He said that his son had just spoke with his mom earlier that morning about going to church with her,
Hmm.
and she texted him back and said, "Text me the address. Text me your address,
Hmm.
and I'll come pick you up." And he never texted her the address. And then several hours later, they found him dead.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't even want to speculate in that,
Right.
you know. But
That's what
unfortunately,
made me ask that because I did watch um, Ricky's like video, his live video that he put
yeah,
on
yeah, I'll be watching.
Instagram. And
Yeah.
I heard him say all of that in regards to his son was in Birmingham, Alabama, and supposed to be going to church with his mom, and they had just spoken. But when you said sudden death, I was just wondering if he had released the details because I figured
No,
he
I have
wasn't
not
going to
heard.
release the.
I haven't heard any details. I haven't. There may be some out there, but I don't even think it is at this point.
I don't think
Uh,
he's
that-
going to release any. I think they've said what as much as they want to say,
yeah.
um, and how they went to check on him and found him, and that's all they want to release.
Mhm.
Ricky has always been a pretty private
Private person.
person. Yeah, like he jokes and he might give a little few anecdotes about him and his family and that sort of thing, but um, for the most part, to me, he's always been guarded within reason. Just because you're a
Right.
celebrity doesn't mean people have the right to be all in your life.
Right.
So he has shared certain aspects um, of his life. I actually, in my previous employment, he did a book signing, and I had purchased his book that he wrote, and he was really chill and down to earth, and yeah, a nice guy. And I think he was relaxed because all of us, you know how you might meet someone who's a celebrity or considered a celebrity, and he's not that type that wants you to act all hysterical or
Right.
um,
Right.
excited. He just wants you to be yourself, and he'll be himself, and that's what I experienced from him.
And I think that that is with him. He's very protective of his family,
Hmm.
especially when it comes to that. And now with this situation being like it is, he's definitely his son. You it's all about respect with him.
Hmm.
And let's see, that goes back to one of the situations that I was talking about earlier. People taking it, and as I looked at YouTube, all across YouTube, different people had different clickbait type of posts uh, of showing his um, showing different caskets, like they having a funeral, um, talking about uh, what exactly happened to, Brandon Smiley and all that. I mean, people just take people, people take someone else's tragic situation and utilize it, for their own, gain.
Hmm.
And and it just don't, it does not help the purpose at all. It doesn't help it, I mean,
They
it,
they throw out that principle, treat people how you want to be treated. They completely throw it out the window. But
right,
then those are the same people, if something happened to them along the same lines or something not so good, then they're mad and upset and people out to get them and why they trying to hurt them like that. But they don't think about how they treated other people in the past.
right,
It's gonna come back on you. It's gonna come back
right,
on you. And I don't think that they pay attention to that karma when they're so focused on trying to get some gain or get some validation or some notoriety.
right,
They're not
right,
thinking about that at that time. Hmm.
right, right. I I definitely I feel for him, and with him having to go through that and losing a child, man, I couldn't even imagine how that feel.
Yeah,
I don't even want to imagine
I
how
don't.
it
Hey,
feels.
I prayed about that. I never want to. I don't ever want my kids to lose my kids. I want them to bury me how it's supposed to go. I've actually made put that in my prayers several times.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, really, because I want to make sure that they're covered, that they're protected, that I want them to be able to have a long life, a
Yeah,
long life, and I want to go before them. I don't want them, yeah, leaving this earth before me. No,
yeah,
no.
and and I think any parent um would feel that way. I think
Hmm.
any parent would. Uh, any parent that loves their child, they would say the same thing. I'd rather for my child to bury me than for me to be burying my child. So,
Exactly.
but unfortunately, that's not always the case in the way it happens.
Right.
It,
Right.
unfortunately, um, we face issues like that, and it happens, at times. So, we just have to prepare ourselves. We
Yeah.
just have to prepare ourselves to deal with it. But yeah, so but I think what Ricky did, um, documenting or however you want to say, it, recording a lot
Yeah.
of moments while he's going through this. I
Hmm.
think he was doing that as well to keep the air clean, so people
Hmm.
would not, make up its own speculations
Hmm.
about situations surrounding, uh, the passing of his son. So I think that's the reason why too he stayed live so much, keeping people updated on everything. Because see, if not, people that just go to speculating. They just
Yeah.
go to having rumors out there that don't even don't even exist.
But I think
And so,
I think it's also therapy for him too, um,
yeah,
because
yeah,
he's been able to express his feelings. He has not been afraid to cry or shed a tear, and I think that that's going to help a lot of other men um, know and trust and believe that they can express themselves without being judged or getting backlashed or showing them that it's okay. It's okay to show that side, that more sensitive side. If you're hurting, express it. Let people know.
right,
So
right,
I commend him for doing that. So I think his intention is to help himself, but also help others, and I like that. He's
yeah,
always been based upon what he has talked about and what I pretty much know from what he's let out. He's always been a involved father in his kids' life. He's very mannerable, grew up in a very structured household, and he tried to pass those same principles and rearings and training on to his kids. Um, like train them up the way they should go. I feel like he's always tried to do that. So I just hope that, as time goes on, I don't think it's ever going to get easier to know your child is not here. But I hope he finds some peace. I
right,
hope he
right.
finds some peace.
That is, you're so right about that. You're so right about that, man. I pray and hope, not only him, Brandon's mom and sister
Yes.
and brother as well, because he did mention that one of his sons is still uh, fighting anxiety, dealing with depression and
Hmm.
all of that kind of stuff. And so you can imagine, this situation right here just makes it, that much worse. And I think even Ricky said he goes to therapy. He does therapy for his anxiety. He have real bad anxiety, I think it is.
Okay.
So he's dealt with it well from the way I've seen it and people he's shown it. Um, it seemed to be that he's been utilizing what he knows best to help him to get
Hmm.
through it.
Yeah.
And some people may say, well, why is he recording everything? I mean, that may be like you said, therapy for him.
Hmm.
This is what he's this is what he's turned to be successful. This is what made him successful.
Hmm.
So it's something that he loved to do, and he's grown to it. So he's now taking it and utilizing it, to help him. So I
Hmm.
mean, my hat's off to him, man, to help him, to help him withstand it.
And he's
So
making other people aware that a lot of people are dealing with mental health issues, and that's okay. It's
yeah,
okay. Everybody
right.
feels stress and anxiety, and it affects people
I'm telling
differently.
you,
It
I'm
affects people
telling
differently.
you, I'm
So,
telling you.
yeah, like I
So,
said, the way he's doing it, I have no problem with it at all. Because if that's his way of trying to find some healing, then hey, do what's best for you. Everybody else's opinion at the end of the day doesn't really matter. I do like how he put other people's feelings above his own, even in his videos. He wanted to make sure that we prayed for Brandon's mom and that she was taking it
he
really hard,
sure is.
and pray for his mother. Um, he was still thinking about other people ahead of himself at the same time. But hmm
And you know what? The good thing about it, people listen at Ricky Smile on his talk show every morning, and they think, and I said it years ago.
hmm
I said what he does, and if you notice the Miss Odell or whatever, not Odell, but the lady, like he played the lady, but it's always got something to do with church. Always got something to do with church. But
Mhm.
and I said it years ago. I said, you know what? He's keeping himself in tune with church in his own way. He's
Mhm.
keeping himself in tune with God his own way. And
Mhm.
I said that is what's gonna keep him. That's what he feels comfortable with. That's his comfort zone. And if you ever listen to him when he really gets off into it, he gets very emotional.
Mhm.
He is so in tune with the Lord to the point where he have to try to keep it, under control because he kind of overwhelmed with it, emotionally. And that's what I like about him. And in this case, it has really helped him to get, day by day, going through this.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and people may look at it as being it's just something he does, but he is about the only show that I see that opens up darn near like a devotion.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like he has the pastor come in and do like a morning, devotional, inspirational talk,
Mhm.
and he do like a praise and worship thing, and then he
Mhm.
get his morning started.
Yeah.
And he about the only one I can see.
He's staying grounded.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he
So
knows, yeah, nobody greater, and he's, God gonna keep him grounded.
right,
But I also like this whole he's showing people the process. You know how
right,
social media, everybody always wants to see, or the highlights. That's what I call social media. It's the
right,
highlights. Um,
right, right,
and so with this situation, he's showing people that you got to go through the process.
right,
You got to
right.
go through the process to find some sort of healing. But I just hope that, you know, God wraps his arms around him so he can feel his spirit and knows that he's loved
Yeah,
and he's not alone and none of their family is alone. Same thing for Brandon's mom. I just pray that they, you know, feel his spirit,
yeah,
feel like his arms are wrapped around them.
right, right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, guys, our thoughts and prayers go out to not only the Smiley family and Brandon Smiley's mom and his stepdad as well, his brothers and sisters and grandma and church families and even the friends and families of the Smiley family. As well, our hearts and prayers go out to Tyre Nichols and his
Yes.
family as well, and anyone that's been affected by, um, you know, uh, the passing of a loved one, police brutality, mental illness, deaths, or what have you. Our thoughts and prayers go out to every last one of you guys, man. So it comes to an end, man. We are headed in, man. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Chantil, we did it again, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. So next week, guys, y'all need to make sure you tune in. We will be discussing the baby mama drama and baby daddy drama, however you want to call it. I know we were gonna do it this week, but we felt we'll go a little bit different direction, and but we will definitely have something for you guys on the next episode. So this is episode 4. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Keep up with In the Den podcast, and we will be bringing you. Hey, don't be, don't,
What? What?
don't. In the Den podcast. I was going to say iPod, but it is what it is, y'all. Don't pay her. Never mind, y'all. So, but
I
until
understand.
no, whatever. But until next time, y'all. You got your boy TJ and
Chantel.
Shanti. So until the next time, guys, we be looking forward to seeing y'all.
Bye.
Y'all take care. Have a good night. Bless. Peace.